Hi, I'm Marjorie Stewart, and these two books are based on the Bear Ministry at the United Churches of Langley. So I did a Christmas story and a spiritual quest story on the 9 bears that they have there, and these bears are given out to people who need support in times of difficulty. And it was a great joy for me. This second book was based on what I call the spiritual quest, because God decided the bears had to go on a quest to discover who God was. So this is the journey on the quest. After the Christmas escapade, the bears wanted to go on one more journey. God wanted the bears to know that God's light and spirit were within them and in all things. They started out on the shortest day of the year with the treasure sacks and woolen cloaks. They ambled along under a pristine clear sky in the sparkling snow. Soon twilight descended, and they were not near any village or town. They met Mr. Fox, and Buddy asked what should they do. "You can stay in my den tonight," said Mr. Fox. The fox den was a wee bit small, so they made it bigger. The snow fell silently in the black, dark night. The bears bid a fond farewell to the fox family next morning, leaving a treasure sack behind. Onward they went, ambling through the soft snow over hill and dale. Again twilight descended with no place to stay. The bears were feeling sad when a deer came along. "Why are you looking so sad?" asked the deer. "We have no place to stay tonight," the bears replied. "Come, follow me," said the deer. "You can stay in my home tonight." So they snuggled up with the deer family in the sweet-smelling cedar boughs, moss and leaves in the cool night. The snow continued to fall in the deep, cold night. Unknown to them, a star was watching over them. In the morning they bade farewell to the deer family and once again left a treasure sack behind. The journey continued, and the bears' ambling led to exhaustion. However, in a few minutes they came upon a sparkling snowy meadow and a shepherd with his sheep. The shepherd was surprised and puzzled to see the unusual group of travelers. Chuckling to himself, the shepherd asked, "Where on earth are you lot going?" Max explained the journey to light and God's spirit. "You can follow me to the ancient stone monastery in the valley," said the shepherd. "The old monk there will be delighted to have your company," said the shepherd. The bears looked at each other in delight as the shepherd scooped up Lee and then gently placed each of the bears on a woolly sheep's back. The wizened monk scratched his head at the sight of the strange, matted, dirty lumps of fur on the backs of his approaching sheep. The shepherd smiled and said, "I have brought you some tired visitors. They are on a journey to find God's spirit and light." "Oh," said the monk, "the monastery is a perfect place for pilgrims to rest and refresh themselves." The monks had their hands full as the bears joyfully played in the water. They shook their heads vigorously as water sprayed all over the place and played tug-of-war with the towels. puddles of water everywhere. The bears slept peacefully on the soft wool blanket. Songs of the ancient harmony echoed from the weathered monastery in a cold winter night as the bears dreamt. Again they left treasure sacks behind for the monks. The next morning the monks sent them on their way to see the king. Before long the king was surprised to see the bears arriving. "Oh, how interesting," said the king. The king's servants treated the bears like royalty while they described their quest. Soon they met with the king. He asked them what they had learnt on their journey. Sherry piped up, "We learned to receive love from others. We have been treated with compassion, love, and wonderful hospitality." "What else?" asked the king. After a pause, Lang piped up, "We have found the light and God's Spirit within ourselves." Then all the bears said together, "We are the light of God." The king beamed with great joy. The bears had discovered who they were and where they came from. "Excellent," said the king. "Your golden jar of honey will overflow with God's light and spirit for infinity on planet Earth." Suddenly the king exclaimed, "Look up! Look up!" Great thunderbolts of energy from the cosmos encircled Mother Earth with pure, dazzling light. The bears marveled with reverence at the exquisite phenomenon. The star that had watched over them on their journey danced in vivid brilliance. The pure gold and silver bells of the treasure sacks rang out in great jubilation with the harmonics of the universe. The king sent the bears back to their church home to spread God's light and love beyond their wildest dreams. The bears returned home radiant with pure light and love. They were so happy to spread God's light and spirit to their fellow church members. Eyes, ears, and hearts were open to receive God's light and spirit. The ministers and the church members thanked the bears with joyful hugs, squeezes, pats, and back rubs as tears flowed abundantly. What a grand adventure!